How you doing, gardeners? Ed Schneider with Fresh Picked Acres of Kansas, and today we're talking about sharpening the chainsaw. If you have any kind of acreage, you're probably going to be faced with cutting down some limbs or cutting down some trees here and there on the property. It's an endless task here on our farm. There's always something that we want to get rid of, and one of the important things is to be able to sharpen your own saw to make sure that this way it's fast, it's safe. Cutting trees down and cutting limbs down is much better with a sharp chainsaw than a dull one. Not just from the matter of frustration, but just from the fact of safety. You get doing stupid things by pushing too much weight and all that. You don't need to do it. Chainsaws need to turn right around, and just with the weight of the saw against the wood, needs to be able to drop down and cut the wood easily. It makes your day a lot more enjoyable. You're going to have a lot more spring to your step at the end of the day when you're not working your butt off sawing a chainsaw. So let's not do that. Now, folks, if you like these types of videos, do us a favor, hit that like button and subscribe. Come grow with us. Now, one of the things, folks, we want to find on our chainsaw is we want to find that master link. The colored link. It makes it awful easy for us to identify where we begin and where we end. That's very important. Now, if you have the ability to have your saw in a vise, that's wonderful. You can go into a vise like that. The number one thing I want to comment on, and Delia, if you want to move in here, I want people to see this mark right here. I'm going to look for it. We can also see it right there. Do you see that line that's on the actual tooth of the saw? That is telling us which direction our saw, our file needs to be angled. We're going to have there are tools out there to give you a nice level file, but you can also do this if you got some experience and whatever. We want to maintain our file at the same angle as that. The important thing I want you to take away from this, we already know we need to follow that angle on the saw on the sawtooth to make sure it's going the same way. The other thing is we want to make sure that our file always goes away from the motor. We always want it to go away from the motor. I do not want to do this. This is the wrong direction right here. This would be wrong. We don't want to go that direction with it. We are always going this direction, always away from the motor when we go to file. So when I go to file our chainsaw, I'm maintaining this as level as I can. I have found where my chip is, so I'm on the wrong side of my marker to begin with. So I'll go to the next one. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this about 3 times, and I pick it up, and this is a directional. This is directional. About 3 times, and I move. Maintaining the same direction, and you see this one here goes the other way, so skip that and come back and go away from the motor. Point it and go away. When I get through filing these, it only takes like 3 whacks. You're kind of knocking off the burrs that hit it. And we'll have a nice sharp chainsaw if we can keep it sharp. I'm going to continue this on until we get back to one side. Pick it up. Don't go back and forth. Pick it up and replace it back in your thing. It's a directional file. Do one more, because you can feel if it's rough or is it smooth. It should be smooth. Putting a minimum amount of back pressure. Now I'm already back to my mark here, so we're good there. Now, everything is going to change now. Because I've already gotten back to it, I am going to begin. Delia's going to come. So now I'm rotating the other way. And now it's as simple as me going out the other way. Remember, we're always going out. Always going out. So now I do the filing of the other side of our chainsaw, or our other ones. And then we skip that one because we've already done it. If you feel a little snag, then go back over it. This is not hard. Just remember to do it daily. And look at this, I'm already back to my yellow tab. All of my saw is totally sharp now. It's ready to go for a day of cutting. If my cutting is uneventful, the tree that I'm cutting is already down, and today I'm limbing it and that type of a thing. We'll see how fast it cuts through that tree. I'm going to show you it's going to kick out big old shavings, and of course the shavings a lot of times depends on the aggressiveness of your teeth. There's some of them that are finer and some of them that are coarse. So let's go ahead and make sure your tension is good. This particular saw looks like I need to go ahead, tighten that up a little bit. It's a little bit loose, but it's not far off. It'll be the first time I'll have to tighten it in several days, and we'll get that done. Let's go ahead and do a little cutting down here. I'll show you how easy it is for this particular saw to go. To tighten or loosen your chainsaw blade, it's right here on the side. You simply loosen these up. I've kind of already broke them free a little bit. Some chainsaws, you have the screw in the front. This one is on the side. So you take your, there it is. Take that, and you can feel, there we go. That's good. I can go ahead, after I adjusted the screw, I check the tension. Now we're not totally done. I'm taking it about half. There, it's solid, and it still moves freely. That's important, that it still moves freely, but I have very little play. I have some play, but not much. It's not gonna be sagging down on me. Let's go and finish. Let's really make this tight. And we're ready to go out there and saw here. One of the things we have to make sure that when we do our chainsaws that we have adequate chainsaw lube. And that is always located up here by your bar. And when we go to do our chainsaw lube, understand that it's already been calibrated out that there's enough lube. Every time you fill up with gasoline, your mixed fuel, you need to fill this up, and there's more than enough lube there in each of them to last a tank of fuel. So we don't have to worry about having our bar run dry, and you definitely don't want to let your bar run dry. You want to go ahead always and you always want to go ahead here and shake your oil up inside of your mix. So 1 tank of fuel equals 1 tank of bar chain oil. And you will always have a chainsaw that's not dry. There we go. We're ready to go saw now. So we'll see how well my chainsaw cuts. And it's that easy. We have a nice sharp chainsaw. And another good thing is go and lock this out when you're done. But we have a nice chainsaw. It's going to cut fast. It's going to be safer. We're ready to go ahead and tackle the rest of this tree on our farm. If you like this type of stuff, do us a favor, hit that like and subscribe. Come grow with us.